Well, we're still with Mr. Paul Adomotchere, and we've just been talking about transition politics in the United States. And also, Paul is quite famous as a television presenter, having also worked in radio. And those of you in Ghana, it's most likely you saw Paul on the very popular evening television program here in Ghana. I'm sure it's been no exaggeration to describe you as Don Kane of, is it Don Kane? Larry Kane, sorry, Larry Kane. Definitely not Don Kane, the Larry Kane of Ghana. What has been your, have you interviewed at Centenary?
No, I haven't.
What's the most important chief you've interviewed?
It would be Nana Kwaku Sapon.
That must have been interesting. Yeah. He was on your program?
He was, and we were talking about land distribution.
Okay. I mean, he's been Minister for Chieftaincy.
Yes, we were talking about land distribution, the role of the traditional authority. 2 or 3 years ago, it was quite important for me because at that time the Ghana land issue, the land in the capital was critical.
But somehow the most, I guess, one of the most important episodes was Honorable Bidwansah storming your program. I must say I have a personal interest in that because I myself had interviewed the Honorable Bidwansah at the UNCTAD conference, and I was very much interested in seeing your clip. But how did you feel about that?
Well, I thought that was quite unfortunate. It was a very low part of our program, also because it had a lot of international connection. UNCTAD summit was ongoing, and we had been privileged to host the program live from the UNCTAD conference center, and that was important for us. One of the guests was an official UNCTAD person, and Ambassador Griolens, who has been designated by the government of Ghana to manage the protocol issues surrounding the UNCTAD, also had attended. We had invited Dr. Nimoy Thompson, who is an economist, and but who is also a member of
I'm sure most Ghanaians know about the history.
Yeah.
I mean, fundamentally, especially with the passage of time, let me put it that way, is there any way at all that you can understand Honorable Bidwansah's actions?
No. I think there's no way I can understand it. It remains a low part of the program. I think that as a trade minister who was representing Ghana at such a huge event, and he was president of UNCTAD, and as I understand the convention, it was very bad. He never really apologized, and later on he was removed by the president. I don't know whether that's why he was removed, but I remember the Chronicle asking for his removal based on that conduct. I think that our ministers must understand that they are also diplomats representing Ghana and representing the interest of Ghana and representing the image of Ghana, and whatever conduct that they undertake, especially at international fora, it smacks of an image of Ghana. So that was very bad. But
in his defense, I must confess to you, I never saw a clip on your program. I read various things about it. I especially took into cognizance not his defense but his explanation that he thought you guys were on a commercial break when he stormed the program. I guess that's not.
No, that's not a very honest defense, because yes, he did storm the program when there was a commercial break, and he was aware that there was a commercial break. And during that break, I took that break. It was an unannounced commercial break. I took it because I wanted to invite him to formally join us, because it was possible that he could join the program. And I offered him that, and he said he would not join. He only wanted to make a point. So he did make his point. When we came back on air, he began storming the set, what we call the set, again. And I informed him that we are live on air, and he said he didn't care. So he knew that he was live on air. That was the second intervention. What came out publicly was actually the second. First intervention on a commercial break did not show on television.
But still, I think I would want to explain, because as I said, I suspect I had spoken to him just about 2 hours before your show, maybe 3 hours. I was at the UNCTAD summit myself, and in point of fact, I have a video of YouTube interviewing him. And in his defense, I have to say that before I interviewed him, he made explanations that he's made publicly, that I couldn't go into domestic politics. In point of fact, just before my interview, an UNCTAD official had ordered the removal of all MTN signage from the hall. I am one of my big creative benefactors in Africa Talks, a very humble photographer, a very important national photographer, Finn, who had a photographic exhibit. And he was given a hell of a time by UNCTAD guys because they didn't want any of his photographs to be problematic, as they say.
I think that was fair. Going into domestic politics on an untapped platform was not right, but that basis could not be a justification for storming the program, because on the program we were not discussing domestic politics. We couldn't.
Well, his point was that the guy from the CPP was making domestic political points. But let me not belabor the point. I wanted to get your record on that. Let me be blunt. What disappoints me about the program is that there's not enough new media content. Often I hear discussions, well, the program discussed this and that, and you wish you could have watched it. But if you miss the live broadcast, there's no way you can watch it.
Well, there's another way, but it's not new media. It's the same Metro TV, 2 o'clock. How we have tried.
Oh, really? It's
2 o'clock the next day. Yeah.
No, I never knew.
Yeah.
Go.
Every next day it's 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So we have a Tuesday show.
I watch it on my phone TV.
And then Friday. Well, I don't think Metro is not on.
Metro is not on phone TV. Okay, go on.
So what we have tried to do is to put our network on DSTV. But this will be interesting for people like you, Doc, because we have put it on DSTV on channel 130. But the Nigerians have blocked it because they want Ghana to pay more money. And so what is happening with
Can you explain that?
Yeah,
Metro is on DSTV.
That's why I said you would be interested in that. The DSTV is a satellite broadcaster.
Yeah.
So what Metro has done is that because we are also broadcasting on satellite, we have asked DSTV whether we can be on one of their platforms. What that means is that every DSTV subscriber in Africa will be able to see Metro TV.
Now, it's only West Africa.
Well, the original intention is every DSTV subscriber in Africa, if we are on the DSTV platform, should be able to see it. The same with Ugandan TV and Tanzanian TV, and most of them are on, including GTV is on Metro TV, as on DSTV as well. But what has happened is that the African countries have not been able to agree, and perhaps the Ministry of Communication can take it up, to allow each other's state broadcaster or private broadcaster to be seen on DSTV in their network. So good evening,
I know you cannot see NTV here in Ghana. You cannot. NTA.
No, we can't. But we have also blocked it. I mean, I'm sorry to say it was the Nigerians who first blocked our signal. So we have also decided to block it. So you can see Good Evening Ghana in Cote d'Ivoire. You can see it in Uganda.
In Gambia, I think.
In Gambia, but you can't see it in Kenya because the Kenyans have blocked it. We have also blocked Kenyan TV. I don't think it's good for Africa in this information age.
Well, this is something I will definitely investigate.
Yes, you need to have a look at that and see whether we can, from the AU angle. I'm sure the AU has a technical committee on communication. Whether we can.
Yeah, but there's always been a body in Kenya, UTNA, which is supposed to be promoting unity through.
It's now called the African Broadcasting Union.
Okay.
Yeah, UTNA. But because they are unable to do it, UTNA is unable to do it.
But actually, beyond DSTV, I mean, Metro TV, I guess, is a quite innovative establishment, and it should be able to provide some video on demand kind services.
Well, yeah, that is true, but as you know, I'm not a member of the management, but Metro TV has begun as a basic entertainment television and has now gotten the attention of a lot more people than I think initially they bargained for.
I mean, I'm happy you reminded me that you're not a member of Metro Management.
Yeah.
But I noticed, so now your day-to-day job is Africa Practice?
Yes, Africa Practice.
And what does Africa Practice do?
Africa Practice is a investor relations and corporate communications consultancy. It's an organization that is committed to supporting private sector business and investment in Africa. So we develop skills in development communication so that we are able to communicate for our private sector clients and position them well to take advantage of what is happening in Africa.
Do you brand governments as well?
We do, yes.
Would you brand
Kenyan governments?
If President Mills came to you to brand Ghana, you do that?
We'll be very happy to do that. I mean, Kenyan government has been our client since 2002.
Okay.
And incidentally, we also work for Mwai Kibaki in his election campaign. You know, Kenya is a bit more sophisticated than Ghana in terms of election campaign because
Did you try to work for some of the Ghanaian parties?
No, we didn't.
Why not?
Because we had initial discussions with both of them, and I wasn't involved in those discussions because I'm from Ghana. Normally, Africa Practice will let other people.
You were publicly challenged as being with one of the campaigns.
No, I wasn't. I sort of thought that the MPP flag bearer was very qualified to be president of Ghana because I had, as a parliamentary reporter, had covered him in parliament, and as a law student, I had followed most of his development in law. So his parliamentary practice and his legal expertise, coupled
you
with
supported him?
Yeah, I did. I thought he was.
And did you publicly declare for him?
No, I didn't. I couldn't do that because the program that I host is a public platform which does not belong to me. So it was impossible for me to do that. But I think that a lot of the politician friends that I have known for the last 10 years would have known or did know that
supported him.
Didn't know my connection with him.